Goal defense for Vindic Gymnasium, getting it started. Wing attack. Ball slips out of her hands. Spirited defense by OTJI there. And it pays off as they come out with the possession. OTJI swinging the ball out. Wonderful play there as Vindic Gymnasium continues to surge. You know it's tightly contested when there hasn't been a single goal scored thus far. Wing defense for Vindic Gymnasium is going to bring it out. Sorry, for OTJI Secondary School. As OTJI continues this attack, they are close to scoring the first points of this game. It does not happen quite like that. It is a Gymnasium possession as play continues. Play continues over here. Vindic Gymnasium on the attack. Vindic Gymnasium shoots, and they get the first points of this game. Wonderfully contested. OTJI Secondary School fighting back. OTJI continuing with play. Gymnasium wonderfully intercepting that one. As play continues. Leaving you now with Irena.
And I am back, all you lovely people. I have missed you so much. I hope you've had an incredible lunch since we've last spoken to each other, or since I've last spoken to you. We are here with Vindic Gymnasium with a whole 1 on the scoreboard against OTJI Varongo. That is Vindic Gymnasium with possession of the ball. Vindic Gymnasium, OTJI Varongo able to intercept. This is the under-17 final in the Capricorn Group Schools Netball League. Some fantastic netball. That was equally a fantastic leap there from OTJI Varongo. Gymnasium with the ball in hand there. OTJI Varongo tries very hard to intercept. These teams seem to be fighting hard, but also premeditating what they are doing, which is a vital part of netball. If you are not an experienced player, you might get carried away with the pressure. You might get carried away by the pressure of acting under very, very limited time constraints. We know the 3-second rule, and that is a goal for Vindic Gymnasium. Vindic Gymnasium currently in the lead with 3-0. And that is OTJI Varongo. Vindic Gymnasium very strongly trying to oppose OTJI Varongo. OTJI Varongo takes their shot, and they unfortunately miss it. Beautiful, beautiful pass there by Vindic Gymnasium. Absolutely what it is about. There's OTJI Varongo with the ball in hand, forced to give over to Vindic Gymnasium. Gymnasium shoots, and they unfortunately miss it. There we have another shot from Gymnasium, unfortunately missed it again. And that is OTJI Varongo with the ball in hand, now giving it over. Beautiful catch there from OTJI Varongo. Gymnasium takes possession there. Umpire calls it. OTJI Varongo with the ball back in hand. Vindic Gymnasium having to give the ball over to OTJI Varongo there. OTJI Varongo got it. Beautiful catch from OTJI Varongo. umpires call it there. That is Ochivarongo hoping to make a shot there. And they unfortunately miss it. Gymnasium able to intercept. Umpire calls. Gymnasium gets to keep the ball and they move toward their end of the court. That is Ochivarongo with the ball in hand. Great interception from the girls. From the girls for Ochivarongo, that is. Ochivarongo making netball look easy. Really, really seamless passes there. And that is Ochivarongo with the ball in hand. And that's a shot for Ochivarongo, which they overshoot, unfortunately. And that is Gymnasium with the ball in hand. Very dedicated play from the Gymnasium girls all throughout the day. All the Gymnasium teams seem extremely dedicated to their sport. Not that you could say anything less from the other teams present here today. Fantastic netball being played here. And welcome to our NTV viewers. It is fantastic to have you with us. For those of you watching on social media, we do have a television channel that is NTV, Network Television, DSTV Channel 285 and GoTV Channel 94. If you want to switch over to your television, if your phone's making your hand cramp or something uncool like that, be cool, switch over to NTV. We got you. And there we have Ochivarongo with the ball in hand. Long shot there for Ochivarongo. Oh, they were so close to making it. That would have been absolutely fantastic if they had made it. Windhoek Gymnasium ready with the shootout. Long shot for Windhoek Gymnasium. Pays off well. Very similar play strategy here from this Windhoek Gymnasium team to the other teams. They must have a same coach or same coaching team or coaching teams that are regularly in one another's company. Very similar strategies, but a solid strategy, I got to admit. There we've got Windhoek Gymnasium right under their goal post with a goal. Windhoek Gymnasium currently in the lead, 5-0 to Ochivarongo. And that is Ochivarongo with the ball in hand. Ochivarongo takes a long shot, overshot there. That is Windhoek Gymnasium emerging with the ball in hand. There we've got Windhoek Gymnasium still in possession of the ball, making Ochivarongo chase that one. That is Windhoek Gymnasium passing the ball along. That is a fantastic intercept there by Ochivarongo. Absolutely picturesque. Ochivarongo still with the ball in hand, chasing the Windhoek girls around a little bit now. And there is Windhoek Gymnasium with an intercept. That is Ochivarongo with the ball in hand. That is our first quarter. Thank you so much for joining us here on NTV and the Namibia Media Holding social media platforms. It is fantastic to have you with us. My name is Irene Marie van der Walt. I have not, in the middle of this quarter, turned into a woman since being a man. The man you may have previously heard is Mr. Ashwin Berry. We will now be going over to an ad break.
Neopaints has established a 67-year Namibian legacy, creating personalized paint solutions that blend quality and innovation for the Namibian people. We pride ourselves in being a 100% Namibian-owned company, investing in our country and our people by employing and empowering true Namibians. With every brushstroke, Neopaints commits to our quality guarantee and always delivering a coat of excellence. At Neopaints, we always stay true to our country.
And we are waiting for the buzzer here in the second quarter of OTJI versus Windhoek Gymnasium. Windhoek Gymnasium trying a classic deception there. Works out okay for them. And that is OTJI with the ball in hand. Very premeditated decisions from the OTJI girls. Depending on your opponents, could be a good thing or a bad thing. If your opponents are a little bit quicker than you, could be bad for you. But generally, I am a think it through fan myself. There is Windhoek Gymnasium with the ball in hand. Coming out of OTJI's end of the court now. That is the umpire's call. Umpire calls gameplay back a few paces. And that is a ball out of bounds, seemingly lost in the hands of Windhoek Gymnasium. We'll have to see what the umpire calls. Umpire calls it's an OTJI ball. OTJI attempts their goal and they overshoot it. Windhoek Gymnasium able to intercept. Long shot for Windhoek Gymnasium, good shots for Windhoek Gymnasium. These girls don't have to make sure. It seems that their tactics are pre-rehearsed. And there we have another goal for Windhoek Gymnasium, judging by the cheers from the crowd. Windhoek Gymnasium currently leading at 6-0. And that is OTJI with the ball in hand. Windhoek Gymnasium able to intercept there. That is a ball out of bounds. OTJI's ball. OTJI really giving Windhoek Gymnasium a run for their money here. Gymnasium have seen. And there is the first goal for OTJI. For their sake, I hope they've broken the seal now. I hope that can has gone pop. And they will continue to bring some beautiful goals to this game. Windhoek Gymnasium getting some worthy competition here. They have been clear winners in a lot of their matches and a lot of the age groups. Generally, this is a trend for Windhoek Gymnasium, but OTJI really giving them a hardy fight here. And that is OTJI with the ball in hand, even after an interception attempt by Windhoek Gymnasium. There is OTJI with the ball in hand. Umpire calls it there. That is an OTJI ball. OTJI with the ball in hand. Umpire calls it. Gameplay goes a few paces back. And that is a Gymnasium ball. Gymnasium looking for an opportunity. OTJI vehemently defending there. That is OTJI trying their level best to defend there. Unfortunately, the umpires find fault. And that is Windhoek Gymnasium in possession of the ball now, right in their goal territory, under their goal post, and they have a goal. Windhoek Gymnasium currently leading at 7-1 against OTJI in the under-17 finals. There we have OTJI in possession of the ball, sending it toward their end of the court, right under their goal post now. And that is an absolutely fantastic goal for OTJI, their second goal in this game. 7-2 is the scoreboard currently. We are very excited. It does seem that OTJI's can has made that very satisfying pop. And that is a little tumble for OTJI, and she gets back up because we are strong, independent women up on this court. And there we have Gymnasium with the ball in hand. They lose it. It almost goes out of bounds, but the umpire calls. That is OTJI's ball now. OTJI seem to be very delighted at the recent 2 goals they've made. Their pace, their spirit has absolutely picked up here. That is Gymnasium's ball. OTJI intercepts that one, but the umpire calls. Gymnasium back with the ball in hand. OTJI tries their level best to defend. Long stride there by Gymnasium. Almost dropped it. Ball handling issue. They hand it over to OTJI. This is an absolutely charged final. You can feel the energy all the way from court side. Here we have Gymnasium handing the ball over to OTJI. The OTJI girls have certainly now picked up. I think they have picked up the belief that they can win. They can be the under-17 Capricorn champions. And for their sake, I hope they can. But I must declare my assets for Gymnasium's sake. I also wish that they could be the under-17 champions. We'll have to see who reigns. And that is OTJI with the ball in hand. Moving over to their end of the court, the umpire calls it out there. OTJI with the ball in hand, sending it on there, right in their goal territory, struggling to find an opportunity there. That is OTJI with the ball in hand. The umpire's struggling with the girls a bit there. And that is OTJI making a bit of a weird shot. And unfortunately they missed it. Gymnasium is able to intercept. Windhoek Gymnasium now with the ball in hand. Long stride there from Windhoek Gymnasium. Good strides from Windhoek Gymnasium. And that is OTJI with the ball in hand. Really, really zealous there. And that is Gymnasium's intercept there. Ball out of bounds, seemingly lost in the hands of Windhoek Gymnasium. We'll have to see what the umpire decides. That is a Gymnasium ball. OTJI really trying to defend it hard there. Unfortunately, they cannot. Gymnasium still in possession of the ball. The Gymnasium girls really having a tough time there. Seemingly now a Gymnasium ball now that the ball is out of bounds. That is indeed a Gymnasium ball. OTJI has the ball in hand. Umpire calls it. That is OTJI to continue with the ball in hand there. There's a few attempts there from Windhoek Gymnasium, but the OTJI girls seem not to be shaken. They're cool under pressure. That is OTJI with the ball in hand when the umpire calls. OTJI commences shootout. Great shootout there from OTJI. Nice long shot from OTJI, longer than we've seen in this game. They seem to be loosening up a little bit and shaking their slightly conservative attitude in this game now. That is OTJI hoping to get to their goal post. Oh, and unfortunately Gymnasium is able to intercept that one. There is Gymnasium with the ball in hand. Right outside their goal territory now. And that is OTJI intercepting. There is OTJI with the ball in hand. OTJI moving forward. Their strides are getting longer. They're working with a little bit looser margins there, which is not what we saw from them in the first quarter. It seems that they are loosening up a little bit to adapt to the Gymnasium girls, which is what all good teams do. And that is another shot for OTJI. OTJI currently at 3 goals. Windhoek Gymnasium in the lead at 7-3. We are 17 minutes into this match. OTJI in their goal territory now. seeming very eager to gain another goal. That is Ochivarongo. That's a good shot if you could take it. Oh, unfortunately. And she takes it a little bit closer this time. Oh, unfortunately, once again, that is a ball out of bounds. What does the umpire have to say? Umpire says that's Ochi's ball. Ochi hands it back into the court. And that is an interception from Windhoek Gymnasium. Windhoek Gymnasium made their long strides across the court there, but Ochisek gains it back by the umpire's call. And that is our second quarter. Thank you so much for joining us on NTV and the Namibian Media Holding social media platforms. It is absolutely fantastic to have you here. We will see you in the third quarter right after this ad break.
Neo Paints has established a 67-year Namibian legacy, creating personalized paint solutions that blend quality and innovation for the Namibian people. We pride ourselves in being a 100% Namibian-owned company, investing in our country and our people by employing and empowering true Namibians. With every brushstroke, Neo Paints commits to our quality guarantee and always delivering a coat of excellence. At Neo Paints, we always stay true to our country. We are as Namibian as you.
And here we are back on the court. Players for Ochivarongo and Windhoek Gymnasium returning to the court. We are waiting for the buzzer to sound right now. Currently, Windhoek Gymnasium is in the lead with 7-3. 30 seconds left before the buzzer sounds. And there we have energy from the Ochivarongo girls. Always fantastic to see the energy on the court. Court checks. Waiting for the buzzer now, last few seconds. And that is the buzzer. We continue gameplay there at the hands of Windhoek Gymnasium center. Ochisek attempts an interception, but it is unsuccessful. Windhoek Gymnasium still gains their ball. Another interception from Ochivarongo Secondary School, which the umpire allows them. There we have Ochivarongo looking for an opportunity. Nice fast-paced play from these girls. They started off a little bit slow, started off ensuring and double-checking all their decisions before they make them, crossing their T's, dotting their I's. But here they are, a little bit faster-paced. There we have a shot by Ochivarongo Secondary School, which they unfortunately missed. Windhoek Gymnasium able to intercept that one. Umpire calls it back. Windhoek Gymnasium to start from a few paces ago. And there is a ball out of bounds at the hands of Windhoek Gymnasium, meaning it is an Ochivarongo ball. Ochivarongo looking very eager to get into their goal territory. The umpires call it there. That is Ochivarongo with their hands on the ball. Ochivarongo really trying to avoid Windhoek Gymnasium's defense there and struggling to do so. Ball out of bounds. Let's see what the umpire decides. Whose ball is that? Umpire calls time. That is Ochivarongo's ball. And that is Ochivarongo secondary commencing with a shootout. Ochivarongo shoots and they overshoot. Back in their hands now. And that is Ochivarongo Secondary School saving their ball. Umpire calls it back. Right outside their goal territory now. And that is a ball out of bounds at the hands of Ochivarongo Secondary. It's now Windhoek Gymnasium ball. Windhoek Gymnasium continuing gameplay there. Ball still in Windhoek Gymnasium's possession. There is Gymnasium making steady strides forward. Unfortunately, the Ochi girls are fighting very hard for that ball. And there is Windhoek Gymnasium with the ball in hand. Playing it back and forth, very vehement defense there from Ochivarongo. Not enough though, as Windhoek Gymnasium scores their 8th goal. Currently they are in the lead 8-3. There is Ochivarongo with the ball in hand, sending it forward outside their goal territory now, really struggling to find an opening right into the hands of Windhoek Gymnasium. Windhoek Gymnasium made one long stride forward, second long stride forward, now in their goal territory. That is a ball out of bounds at the hands of Windhoek Gymnasium. That is an Ochivarongo ball. Ochivarongo commencing shootout. There is a shootout by Ochivarongo Secondary School. The umpires, however, call it. Ochivarongo commencing with the ball in hand there. Umpires call it again. And that is Ochivarongo with the ball in hand, right in their goal territory now, right under their goal post. And that is an overshot. Windhoek Gymnasium intercepts there. Windhoek Gymnasium struggling to find their opening, but once they do, it is all downhill from there. They lose the ball there. Ochisek able to intervene. That is Ochivarongo with the ball in hand. Windhoek Gymnasium takes the ball back into their possession. Long stride for Windhoek Gymnasium pays off well right outside their goal territory now. And there they are in their goal territory. Their goal shooter shoots. And she misses. There we have Ochivarongo with the ball in hand. Long stride for Ochivarongo. Good stride for Ochivarongo. These girls have certainly adapted their gameplay techniques to better adapt to the Windhoek Gymnasium team. And that is Windhoek Gymnasium with the ball back in their hands. That is a ball out of bounds at the hands of Windhoek Gymnasium, which means it is an Ochivarongo ball. Ochivarongo commencing shootout. Windhoek Gymnasium catches that shootout. Umpire calls it back. That is Windhoek Gymnasium with the ball in hand. And that is Ochivarongo with the ball in hand, looking to get to their goal territory. Windhoek Gymnasium not making it easy for them. That is Windhoek Gymnasium with the ball in hand, playing it back toward their end of the court. And that is Ochivarongo with the ball in hand. Really, really tough game between these two teams. Both teams have fought really, really hard to make it to the finals. And both of them seem very eager for the title. There we have a beautiful catch from Ochivarongo. They shoot and they miss it, unfortunately. Can they salvage it? The umpire intervenes. says that is Vintage Gymnasium's ball. Vintage Gymnasium takes it from here. The Vintage Gymnasium team's strides have shortened in this game, which means both teams have adapted very well to their opponents. The question is, who has adapted better to their opponents during the time of this match? That is OTJI with the ball in hand. OTJI sending it forward there. OTJI still with the ball in hand. That is a ball out of bounds by the hands of OTJI. That is now Vintage Gymnasium's ball. Gymnasium sends a good stride forward. Not as long as we've seen before, but pretty good stride. And that is Gymnasium with the ball in hand right outside their goal territory. And that is a ball out of bounds, seemingly lost in the hands of OTJI secondary. We'll see what the umpire decides. And that is Vintage Gymnasium with the ball in hand right in their goal territory now. Umpire calls it. Vintage Gymnasium shoots and scores. Vintage Gymnasium currently in the lead at 9-3 against opponent OTJI. And that is Vintage Gymnasium right outside their goal territory now. That is OTJI able to intervene, but the umpire calls. Vintage Gymnasium with the ball in hand, playing it back, really struggling to make it through OTJI's defense there. Vintage Gymnasium shoots and scores. Vintage Gymnasium currently in the lead 10-3 against their OTJI visitors. And that is Vintage Gymnasium with the ball in hand. Vintage Gymnasium still with the ball in hand. Vintage Gymnasium right under their goalpost now. A bit of a tricky shot there, but they make it. Vintage Gymnasium currently leading at 11-3. That is Vintage Gymnasium with the ball in hand. OTJI defending very, very well there, making it really hard for the Vintage Gymnasium girls. And that is Vintage Gymnasium. The umpire calls that. That is an OTJI ball now. OTJI moving forward. Really, really tough defense from Gymnasium there. But the OTJI girls are wading through it bit by bit. They are cracking this. And that is the umpire calling. Still an OTJI ball. OTJI right outside their goal territory now. That is now Vintage Gymnasium's ball. Gymnasium plays it back, a good strong stride forward. And that is a ball out of bounds at the hands of Gymnasium. That is now OTJI to take possession of this ball. That is Gymnasium. Gymnasium right outside their goal territory, inside their goal. And they have got a goal. Vintage Gymnasium currently leading at 12-3. That is our third quarter. Thank you so much for joining us. It has been absolutely fantastic having you guys with us. Be sure to tune in for the final quarter. Currently, Vintage Gymnasium in the lead at 12-3. We will be right back here in a few minutes.
Neopaints has established a 67-year Namibian legacy, creating personalized paint solutions that blend quality and innovation for the Namibian people. We pride ourselves in being a 100% Namibian-owned company, investing in our country and our people by employing and empowering true Namibians. With every brushstroke, Neopaints commits to our quality guarantee and always delivering a coat of excellence. At Neopaints, we always stay true to our country We are as Namibian as you.
Court A ready, court B, court
And we are back on court. We are preparing for the final quarter to commence. High energy on the court. There is the buzzer sound. We are live with our final quarter. And that is Windhoek Gymnasium with the ball in hand. Windhoek Gymnasium shoots. And they miss it. That is Windhoek Gymnasium, OTJI with the ball in hand. OTJI goes out of bounds. Umpires managing two crises there. The crisis of the wind and the crisis of the match. We have Gymnasium in possession of the ball there. That is a shot for Gymnasium that they unfortunately miss. Beautiful toss up for the ball there. Gymnasium tries again. And they miss. They get one more chance. And they have it this time. Third time's a charm. Windhoek Gymnasium currently in the lead 13-3 against OTJI. There we have OTJI with the ball in hand. Forced to give over to Gymnasium. That is Gymnasium shooting. And missing, unfortunately. OTJI takes possession of the ball. There we have Gymnasium, hands on the ball there. Gymnasium, beautiful pass for them. Gymnasium shoots. And OTJI intercepts. And that is a goal for Windhoek Gymnasium. Currently they are leading at 14-3 against OTJI in the final quarter of this match. There we have OTJI in possession of the ball. Gymnasium intercepts, the umpire calls that. That is Gymnasium with the ball in hand, umpire calls it again. Gymnasium with the ball in hand. Sending it forward, struggling to find the opportunity. OTJI really, really eager for a win here. That is Gymnasium with the ball in hand. Shooting, bit of a long shot. She overshoots. And that is OTJI with the ball in hand there. Really struggling to wait off their opponents. That is OTJI taking possession of the ball. Commencing a shootout. OTJI catches their own shootout. Gymnasium intercepts, the umpire calls it back. There we are with Windhoek Gymnasium, right under their goal post now. Not a hard goal to make. Let's see if they can make it. Oh, yes, they can. That is Gymnasium's 15th goal. Currently, they are in the lead 15-3 against OTJI. That is OTJI intercepting the ball there. Hands on the ball. Good strides there from the Ochivarongo girls. Really good tactic, really good synergy between these girls. Ochivarongo right at the goalpost now, shooting and missing it, unfortunately. There we have an attempt from Ochivarongo when the umpire calls. That is an Ochivarongo ball. Ochivarongo with their hands on the ball, having to play it out of their goal territory. Tough defense there. There is Ochivarongo with the ball in hand. They shoot and they score. Ochivarongo now has 4 goals to their name. Still not enough to make it up to Windhoek Gymnasium, who are currently standing at 15. There's Ochivarongo once again taking possession of the ball. Good play from the girls there. Gymnasium intercepts. Umpire calls it. Still Gymnasium's ball. Ochivarongo forced to give the ball back over to Gymnasium. Long stride from Gymnasium works out well for them. Gymnasium right in front of their goal post. And they have another goal. That is 16-4 for Windhoek Gymnasium. That is Ochivarongo with the ball in hand. Absolutely beautiful catch from Ochivarongo there. Ochivarongo with the ball in hand. Moving steadily forward. And the umpire calls that back. Gymnasium's ball there. Gymnasium struggling to find the opportunity there. Oh, that ball is out of bounds at the hands of Gymnasium. That is now Ochivarongo's ball. And that is Windhoek Gymnasium. Windhoek Gymnasium right under their goalpost, looking up at it. And they are looking up at their 17th goal. Windhoek Gymnasium currently in the lead, 17-4 against Ochivarongo Secondary School. We only have about 4 minutes left in this match. That is Gymnasium in possession of the ball. Gymnasium fumbles a little bit there, ball out of bounds. Last in possession of Gymnasium, now in Ochivarongo ball. Gymnasium forced to give over the ball to their opponent there. And Gymnasium shoots and they score. Absolutely beautiful score there from Windhoek Gymnasium, currently leading 18-4. We have about 3 minutes left in this match. There we have Ochivarongo. Once again back to their baby steps. Struggling to make it through the defense. Umpire calls it back there. Ochivarongo right outside their goal territory. Now in their goal territory, looking up at their goal post. Oh, that is a missed shot for the Ochi girls. Windhoek Gymnasium intercepts, sends it back. Ochi takes it back. That is an Ochivarongo ball. They shoot and they unfortunately miss it. There we have Windhoek Gymnasium. Ochivarongo now in possession of the ball, right under their goal post. And that is a goal for Ochivarongo. Currently Windhoek Gymnasium is in the lead at 18-4. We have about 2 minutes left in this match. That is Ochivarongo still in possession of the ball there. Umpire calls it back. Ochivarongo still in possession of the ball, moving forward. Struggling to find their place. That is Ochivarongo. Ochivarongo struggling in a toss-up there with Windhoek Gymnasium. Windhoek Gymnasium takes possession of the ball. Ochivarongo intercepts. That is a ball out of bounds at the hands of Ochivarongo, likely to be a Gymnasium ball now. That is indeed Windhoek Gymnasium's ball. Gymnasium continues their gameplay there. Ochivarongo doing everything in their power to defend, and Gymnasium is right under their goal post, and that is another goal for Windhoek Gymnasium, currently leading at 19-5 against OTJI Warongo. We only have about a minute left in this match. There we have OTJI Warongo with the shootout, or Gymnasium with the shootout. Gymnasium really struggling to get in front of their goalpost now amidst the defense. Right in front of their goalpost, take another shot, and there's their 20th goal. Windhoek Gymnasium leading 20-5 against OTJI Warongo. Only a few seconds left on the clock now. There we have OTJI Warongo. Here we have OTJI Warongo passing the ball along. And that is right outside their goal territory when the umpire calls. OTJI Warongo still with the ball in hand, sending it on. Struggling to make it to their goalpost. They have made it to their goalpost. Can they score? Unfortunately not. Can they make it back? That is a ball out of bounds. That is OTJI Warongo with the ball in hand. And that is time. Thank you so much for joining us here. That means that OTJI Warongo are the under-17 finals at the Capricorn Group School Netball League. Thank you so much for joining us. It has been absolutely fantastic having you in our company. My name is Irina Mary van der Walt. Very, very big thank you to the NTV team. It has been a fantastic weekend here at the Capricorn Group Schools League. If you are on social media, please do join us back here for the prize giving later. We will be right back.